Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to OneMinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the footwork on the forehand, and I want to simplify it, but show you how you can control, dictate, and dominate points by using the correct footwork. Now, many tennis coaches quite correctly say that there's a great similarity between the footwork of fighting sports such as boxing and of tennis. The big difference is that in boxing, you never cross your feet because if you get tapped, you're going to fall over. But with that exception, there are great similarities. And because of these similarities, sometimes it's possible to simplify the tennis footwork by comparing it to the boxing footwork. Today, I want to compare the forehand footwork with the footwork of the jab. Now, the jab in boxing is not the big punch where you're trying to really knock somebody out. It's the one that really does the groundwork, right? It's the one where you just keep jabbing forwards and keeping the person at bay and draining them of energy. Very similar to the standard ground strokes where we're maneuvering the player around and trying to avoid errors. So in boxing, there are three distinctly different footwork patterns for the jab with different purposes. I want to show you what they are, and then I want to show you how there is almost identical symmetry in the use and purpose of the footwork in your forehand. So the first one is the throwaway jab. So the fighters will be in place, they're close, they're in range, and there's just a throwaway jab. And there's virtually no footwork. It doesn't mean there's no movement. There is a kind of pivot on the feet, but there isn't a step. And in tennis, when you're maneuvering your opponent around and you want to go from side to side with accuracy and the minimum number of mistakes, then you could be open stance, you could be semi-open stance, but make this movement where there's not really a step. See how I pivoted? I'll go from this direction. So I pivoted, but there wasn't really a step. The next one is the step jab. And what the player does is they'll step forwards with the jab. So that again, they're in position and they're sparring. And now there's a step jab. And I move forwards. And now there's a step jab. So in tennis, if you want to up the ante a little bit, if you see the opportunity and think you want to put pressure on the opponent, if you're feeling super comfortable. So now we take the same position and now I make the step forehand. From this direction, I'm in place here and the step goes forwards with the stroke, just like the step jab. And now in boxing, we have the power jab. And this is where the fighter is really wanting to hurt and bother their opponent. And so what happens is they make two steps or use both feet. 1, 2. And they move in with both feet, okay? So they're sparring, they're in range, and now, and in. And now it's the same in tennis. If you want to up the pace even more, go for it a little bit more. We don't have to swing faster. Swinging a lot faster makes more mistakes. But now I'm in position, semi-open or open stance, and now I swing through with both feet. See how this foot has got a small step, it's going to jump and land, and the right foot is going to pivot through. So we have three distinct footwork patterns in boxing: the throwaway jab, the step jab, and the power jab. And we have three distinct footwork patterns in tennis. We have the throwaway safe ground stroke where we're just pivoting. We have the ground stroke where the front foot comes forward with the stroke, which will penetrate the court more and give a little bit more speed. Or we have the power forehand where we're going to hit and pivot through. The same purpose, the same strategy, the same outcome in both sports. Try these out, see how they work in your game, find out which one is the most natural for you, make sure that that's your go-to position, and then experiment with the others, and you'll find that you have more control, more power, more aggression. And remember, when you do this, you're playing with purpose. Because if you're thinking about doing something, you're not just thinking about not missing. And thinking about not missing and just keeping the ball in play is a great way to play poorly and make a lot of mistakes. Using the footwork this way means that you have a sense of purpose and you're positively doing something. You'll play better tennis and you'll make less mistakes. I hope you like my ideas, and if you want more information from 1 Minute Tennis, have a look at our books on Amazon. We provide detailed breakdown of the strokes with the science and the biomechanics, and then really simple, clearly illustrated solutions. They're very simple to follow and they really work. Or join players of all ages and all levels all over the world that I'm helping with one-to-one online training. For more information on this, have a look at the website or email me for details. So let's copy boxing. Make sure we have the throwaway jab or the throwaway forehand. It's very accurate, very consistent, very, very rarely misses. Then we have the step jab, where we push through And this is very powerful, but still very accurate and consistent. And then we have the power jab, where we're actually going to push forwards with both feet. This is powerful, and this is when we want to really exploit opportunities. The same in tennis. I hope these help your forehand. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.